Archaeologists were shocked when they found a secret chamber under the Egyptian Sphinx. The Great Sphinx of Giza is the world's largest monolithic statue. It is 241 feet long and 66 feet tall, but its charm and mystery go far beyond its small size. What secrets do archaeologists think are hidden beneath this amazing piece of art? The Great Sphinx of Giza is one of the most famous symbols of Egypt. It is also the most famous Sphinx sculpture in the world. Archaeologists have been trying to solve this mystery for decades, but the Egyptian government has kept it a secret. Why does the Great Sphinx have the body of a lion, but the head of a human with a royal crown? Let's talk about it. How did the Great Sphinx come to be? Experts agree that Cofrey was the rightful owner of the Great Sphinx, which puts it in the 4th dynasty. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built in honor of Khufu, the father of Coffrey, and Retta Jeff, or Jetta. Other scholars say that Coffrey's older brother Retta Jeffery built the Great Sphinx. Some people think that the statue looks more like Khufu than Kafri, so they think that Khufu himself made it. Where is the Great Sphinx? It's been thought for a long time that the Sphinx limestone foundation hides secret chambers, tunnels, cavities, and even relics of ancient knowledge that will be revealed at the right time in man's evolutionary journey. As the first piece of evidence, a fissure in the back of the body that led to the shaft was found. Records show that German archaeologist Johann von Sleb first described this in 1679. How tunnels were found and how they were used. Over 70 years have passed since Edgar Cayce made his famous prediction about the hidden room under the right paw of the Sphinx. Around the end of the 20th century, Cayce's predictions came true. In 1989, a team of Japanese archaeologists, led by Professor Sakuji Yoshimura, found a short tunnel under the left paw of the Sphinx that leads to the Great Pyramid. This tunnel started 2 meters below the ground and sloped downward. In addition to this passage, Yoshimura also found a cavity under the wall of the Queen's Chamber and a tunnel outside and to the south of the pyramid that goes to Robert's surprise. A professor at Boston University used Tobiki's data as part of a large-scale geological study of the Sphinx. However, Zahia's studies were stopped in 1993, and SHOCKS didn't get permission to start over either. The Egyptian government was very interested in all investigations, so what happened, and what mysterious forces stopped the study of the Sphinx? Zaha Hawass found out what? Egyptian archaeologists led by Zaha Hawass did separate excavations while trying to keep the press from finding out about a certain room. They then put a curtain over the Hall of Knowledge, but Hawass could not keep it a secret for long. Soon after, a German engineer from Munich named Rudolf Gantenbrink used a robot to survey a small shaft behind the Sphinx and found a tiny door with copper handles at the end of the shaft. What was in the room? Scientists could look under the Sphinx statue and find hidden chambers using seismic tomography. Expert scanning of the Sphinx statue by Egyptologist Dr. Manusef Zara and his team found the secret room. The 12 by 9 meter hole under the monument is one of many places where valuable things might be hidden. While pointing to the base of the Sphinx, he said, "It starts here and goes forward about 12 meters and to the side about 9 meters. It's thought that the 100 square meter space contains valuable artifacts or old libraries, but Zafazada thinks the room is probably full of water or that treasure hunters have already looted it." Zara says they found places that might be empty, and we're keeping an eye on the one we think could easily get into the Hall of Records. Many non-traditional ideas about ancient Egypt support the Hall of Records myth. They say that the Sphinx may have been where ancient libraries could show off their books. Edgar Cayce, an American astrologer, was the first to suggest it, but no hard proof has ever been found. How does the Hall of Records work? Hermes Trismegistus, the ancient Egyptian moon god, talks about a library full of knowledge below the Sphinx's paws in his mystical writings. This library is said to be a maze that, if followed, would lead to the Hall of Records, a hidden room that holds all of the human knowledge of alchemy, astronomy, mathematics, magic, and medicine. If this room were found, It would tell the world about long-lost civilizations that lived. Do you know if there are tunnels under the Sphinx? Dr. Zahi Hawass, a famous Egyptologist and the country's former Minister of State for Antiquities, has confirmed 3 tunnels under the Sphinx. Last year, he reportedly unearthed and rediscovered the access tunnels to several large, natural-looking caves directly beneath the monument. Also, historian Bethany Hughes said in Chapter 5 of Show Egypt's Greatest Treasures that archaeologists continue to dig under the statue because there are compelling reasons to do so. In an interview, she said that a big room is said to be linked to a deep hole near the Sphinx's head. Under the front paws, there is another, smaller chamber. Hughes called the Sphinx the keeper of Egypt's secrets and a monumental guard dog watching over the pharaoh's tomb. Recent excavations of the Great Pyramids of Giza have uncovered several underground tunnels that may have something to do with the Sphinx. How did they find out? Most notably, a huge, nearly 100-foot-long hole was found right above the pyramid's main gallery. Just beyond the building's north face, a smaller gap was found. No one knows where these 2 holes lead, but scientists think the chamber could be flat or slanted since there is already a burial chamber with a sarcophagus in it. Chief archaeologist Dodson thinks that the newly discovered space is not likely to contain any artifacts. Why won't the Egyptian government let the dig go ahead? Over 30 years ago, American scientists took a giant drill to the Sphinx and drilled a 7-meter deep hole in the paw. Their actions nearly led to the destruction of the monument, even though they had permission from the highest levels of government. These trials continued to spark heated debate. Seismometers suggested that there were underground rooms under the Sphinx, but they turned out to be natural holes. Graham Hancock and Robert Bovell say that the Egyptian government and American archaeologists have stopped digging around or under the Sphinx. It is hard to find underground holes and learn more about them. What does the Sphinx hide? According to news reports, some researchers still hope that the tunnels under the famous monument will lead to new treasures. Dr. Zahi Hawass isn't sure that anything valuable could be unearthed there, but who knows what secrets these beautiful statues hide. This is the end of today's video. What do you think about the tunnels under the Sphinx and the Hall of Records? Tell us about it in the comments and sign up for the channel to see more cool videos.